Hello from the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, September the 14th. My name is Kat. I've got your astrological and spiritual guidance for the next week ahead going through Saturday, September the 20th. This week's video is entitled Wounds to Power. Now we have two major energies. We have Mercury moving into Libra on Thursday, and the ruler of Libra, Venus, moves into Virgo, ruled by Mercury, on Friday. It's like a vice versa. So we have those two energies going on, but we're still working off this incredible Pisces lunar eclipse of last week. How is that going for us? Let me give you a little personal story. So, we have our life issues, life challenges, and I had conquered this life challenge. I surpassed it. I could put a check mark on it, and it's all good. And then I went back and revisited that challenge, and I made not so great choices. That's all I'm going to say. So I had that illusion just stripped right away from me that I'm all healed and I'm all good to go and I never have to deal with this issue again. Oh no. Oh no. And Neptune, Pisces said, oh no, you were just deluding yourself. Here it is. Take a look. So now, here is the next step to this process that we have to remember. Okay, so what we want to do, what we tend to do, is start judging and criticizing. Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. I just can't seem to get this right. Nah, nah, nah. No. See, now that is the great deceptor. If we start judging ourselves, which is prevalent because we've got lots of Virgoian energy going on. We got the sun in Virgo, and now we've got Venus moving into Virgo at the end of this week. There will be a tendency to really start beating ourselves up. But we got to stay away from that. That is the big challenge. What we need to do is say, okay, listen, I effed up. Why did I F up? What were the circumstances that brought me to these bad decisions? And what can I do in the future to make better decisions? When I went through this process, gosh, I hate to admit this to you guys, but it came to me wanting to fit in with everyone else and please everyone else and not cause any trouble. So I compromised myself, I compromised my values, and there it is. So now I know the life challenge has not been it probably never will be conquered. It is something that I need to be conscious of the rest of my life. That is the lesson learned from that experience, and that is a lunar eclipse in Pisces experience. Having that delusion just ripped right away. And we see the truth. And sometimes it ain't that pretty, but it's the truth. Okay, so this week, we're going to have more of that. And that is just a little idea of how we can work with these energies. I mean, it's intense. So if we're in a job that we hate or in a partnership that is sucking the life out of us, don't be surprised if the universe steps in and pulls this stuff away from us and we're there, oh my God, what happened? Look at the situation for what it is. We want to start looking at situations in our lives to find the meaning behind it. Why did this happen? Take a look at it, okay? This week, we have a lot of Chiron energy. I don't talk about Chiron too much. It's an asteroid, but it represents our wounds. And it's the gateway for us to heal our wounds. And when we heal our wounds, those wounds become our power. And that is what this week is all about. This week, there are going to be many instances, occurrences, possibilities of having that Band-Aid just ripped right off of that wound. Or revisiting, like I said, a life challenge that we thought we were beyond. And guess what? Take another look. That is going to be the energy of the week. Now we have Mercury moving into balance, moving into Libra. Mercury asking us to find our balance, to listen to the other without compromising ourselves. Find our balance. So when that Band-Aid gets ripped off of that deep wound that we thought we had hidden way down there in the back of our closets, instead of being defensive and upset, well, we'll probably be upset, but we need to see the situation for what it is and not project or lash out to the other, but to come back to, why do I feel this way? What am I not seeing? Why am I feeling all this pain and angst? That is the opportunity of all these situations this week. It's not about the other at all. The other is there as our teacher, as our helper, as our guide, to help us look at these unresolved issues and traumas and wounds that we are fearful to take a good, objective, honest look at. We're going to need to move beyond these wounds if we are going to create this magnificent life that we want. When we settle in our woundedness, our unworthiness, our fears, our lack, that beautiful energy channel of positivity is blocked. And when we come from these deep unresolved wounds, we tend to go out and attract more of that energy to help us move beyond it. So pay very close attention to our emotions and how we react to situations this week. They are all opportunities for us to learn and grow, but we have to be willing to let that Band-Aid come off and take a look of what's festering in that wound. An honest, objective look. So we have Mercury going into Libra, asking us to find our balance, asking us to speak our truth, asking us not to lash out in projection, or projecting our own shit, I should say, but reaching out in understanding and honesty and sensitivity. And if we can't respond in that manner, we keep our damn mouths shut. Okay? And then on Friday, we have Venus moving into Virgo. So now we're working with all these emotions, all these unresolved traumas, all this stuff, relationships in our lives that no longer serve us, but we keep clinging on to for the comfort and the certainty of the known, instead of taking the risk of moving into the unknown and embracing and expressing our true authentic self in our work. So, as I said, with the lunar eclipse, especially the next 3 months, universe will help us. So they'll just take these obstacles away so that we can continue to work toward our work, our purpose, what we came here to do, because it's so important we get our shit together and get going on it during this incredible transition. So, hey, that's all there is. So it's a very, very, another intense week, a very internal week. Outer events will trigger us, they will poke us. Look at those unresolved issues, look at those wounds. Remembering, everyone, when we look at our wounds honestly and objectively, we turn that woundedness into our co creating power. And that is the objective, to consciously create what we want. So, to consciously create what we want, we have to get rid of all this garbage and crap that's holding us back. And the lunar eclipse in Pisces is very happily helping us out with that for the next 3 months. And on Sunday, the 21st, we have a solar eclipse. So this is just the beginning of all the fun and games. So that is the week ahead. Please make sure we're getting our daily meditation, quiet and centering, whatever we do to connect to our higher self, our soul, our God, our source, whatever we want to call it. With this Pisces lunar eclipse, that veil to our higher self and to the universe is quite thin. So it will be easier for us to connect and easier for us to hear the direction that's being given if we listen. We can't listen if we're not taking time out every day to listen. So let's make sure that we're quiet and centering in some way or meditating in some way. We can use the meditation on this video coming up. It's a great way to quiet and center, and it gives us a thought to think of. I only keep us in this little guided meditation for 5 seconds. You can draw that out 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you feel comfortable with. But it is very important we keep this channel open, especially now during this incredible planetary transition. So, oh, by the way, that incredible planetary transition is the movement from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. That's an over 2,000 year cycle. So it's big, big stuff. And we're here for it. We asked to be here for it. So let's do what we came to do. All right, we got to talk about Saturday before we move on. I don't want to. It's not good, you guys. I don't know how to get around it because we have the moon in Virgo. So if we do something, okay, that makes me think. We have Venus in Virgo and the moon in Virgo on Saturday. Here's a great thing. Let's go work out at the gym together. Let's go take a hike together, something physical. We got to do something physical. Take a long hike, take a long walk, lift some weights, do some gardening, do something together. Because the energy is very discordant. I got to tell you, anything will cause an argument to erupt. Anything can cause feelings to be hurt on Saturday. There's all kinds of nasty little connections with the moon. And we have the moon in Virgo, so the negative side of Virgo is being quite critical and righteous and judgmental. So we might see a lot of that energy going on Saturday as well. But now that we know it, let's say, while your partner's telling you you're a piece of shit, you never do anything, let's go out and jog a mile. I'm going to tell you what, physical exercise will take the bite out of that nastiness. It will help us work it out on a physical level. So maybe we ought to do that. Do something physical on Saturday. No sex until you clean up the rest of it. You know, you don't get any sex unless you can get everything else working nicely together. during the day. So that is our week ahead. We are looking at our wounds. They are going to be very apparent to some of us this week. They're going to have lots of opportunity and possibilities for these unresolved issues to come to the fore for us to take a look at. So let's get started. Let's become balanced and aligned, connected with our higher self. We will take our 3 deep cleansing breaths, and then we'll say our Sun in Virgo affirmation. Let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Third one. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, nastiness, toxicity, negativity. It's all flowing out of our bodies, just flowing away to wherever it came from. In its place, we see our bodies being filled with this beautiful light, made up of white light, love, and goodwill. Not only does this incredible light fill our entire bodies, it's also protecting us. It's deflecting all that evil, all that low vibration, all that negativity and toxicity back to wherever it came from. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher selves, we will say our Sun in Virgo affirmation. I embrace and express my true, authentic self and my work. I shine my light out into the world. We'll say the affirmation. Will stay in this space of white light connected to our higher selves for 5 seconds, but at home, make it as long as you want or need. Let's say our affirmation together. I embrace and accept my true, authentic self and my work. I shine my light out into the world. Wow, that is wonderful and powerful stuff. Say this affirmation every day to keep us in line with our true self and our purpose this week and every day for the rest of our lives. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat. I do daily oracle messages that help us stay balanced and aligned and connected with our higher self during the day. I also post memes that are quirky, witty, funny, thought-provoking, profound, and beautiful. They tend to help give us guidance and direction. So if you're looking for that in your life, go check out Soul Sister Cat Facebook page. You might find exactly what you're looking for there. Have a wonderful week. I don't know, wonderful? Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful if we can do the alchemy of changing our wounds into our power. That's what this week is all about. And are we ready? Are we brave enough? Chiron is in Aries. We have the bravery. We have the courage. The energy is there for us to move through and heal these wounds. Let's do it. Remember the keynote of the Soul Sister channel, because this is the magic elixir for our entire life. Life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great week. Let's get those wounds healed so we can transform them into our power. Namaste.